Today's video, I'm going to show you how you can start an email newsletter for free using ConvertKit. I'm going to show you how to sign up, verify your account, how to add a form to your website to start collecting emails, and of course send an email so you can start your email marketing campaigns. Now, ConvertKit has a few plans. The free version allows you to have up to 300 subscribers currently, but that's just for the free version. If you decide at some point you do want to extend and go a bit further, you can start paying from $9 a month and get access to things such as the automated funnels and sequences, and also migrate from another tool such as MailChimp or something like that. So while it is free, a few of the really cool features aren't available, but at least you can start building your list and get things started. So the first thing you want to do is head to convertkit.com and sign up. There is a link you can use in the description below, but simply follow the prompt step by step and it'll take you just a few minutes. Now once you're in, you'll get a video just like this one here, and you can get walked through how to use ConvertKit, but we're actually going to just get started with it right away. Now you notice it says at the top here, email sending is disabled until your account has been approved by the team. Start the approval process by clicking here. So you simply click there and you'll be put onto a team member to discuss your account and then activate it. Now they're going to ask for a few things. They're going to want to set up your email preferences, which I'll link to in the chat, but also you want to make sure any emails you receive, you click the confirmation links, and also they're going to want you to send through in the chat, let them know what kind of emails you're going to send, and give them an example of an email that you're going to be sending out to your subscribers so they can confirm that you're legitimate. Now this is actually a really good thing because it means that there's less chance of your emails going to the junk or spam folder, because ConvertKit are taking these extra steps to make sure that their users are actually not spammers. In the meantime, they may get back to you with a little bit more information, so you'll get a few messages. Simply follow through the process. You'll have to go in to your settings and create an update and just sort of follow along that conversation, and they're just looking to make sure you are legit. When you go to your email settings here, you're going to want to put down your street address. This is legally required, and just go through these settings and make sure you're happy with it. Now you can choose to have GDPR set up depending on where you are, so you can show to no one or show to all subscribers, or only from the countries where GDPR counts, so you can set that up as well. And of course I'm going to save these settings, and also don't forget to check your email so that you can actually confirm with the link in your email. You will get an email like this on my ancient version of Office, and you simply have to click here to verify your email or copy the link, and once it's verified you can then move forward from there. Now you'll notice you still have this banner at the top. Simply click on that and you're going to want to go back into this conversation and just simply go over it, check what they're actually asking for. There's a bit of a process to this, but if you go through and just check what they're requesting, give them that information, and then eventually when you're done, they will activate. You'll get this nice little gorilla GIF, hopefully, and you'll be able to start sending emails. So we can now go to our dashboard and go from there, and we can start setting up some forms. So the way you can do that from anywhere is go up to this Grow tab, click Landing Pages and Forms. So the idea is we have a form here that's already there, that's just default, but we want to create a new form by going to this Create New button right here. Now this is going to give us some options. We can create a form or a landing page. So I'm actually going to touch on a landing page in another video. That will be linked to below. Also we'll link to it at the end of the video. But we're going to start with a form that we can embed on our website. And again, we have a few options. An inline form is something we can just pop in with our content. A modal form is a pop-up form that's going to show up on our website as a pop-up. The slide in is very similar to the pop-up, but instead of popping up in the middle of the screen, it just slides in the corner, or a sticky bar that goes up the top of the screen. Again, I'm going to create some videos on these in the future, and I'll pop those in the description below into a playlist as well. But for now, we're just going to look at a simple inline form to get you started, and we have some templates. So this is really cool. We got a basic text template like this. This is great if you are going to design something on your website and you simply just need the fields added, or we can go with something a little bit more visual such as this. And because we want to sort of cover a bit in this video as much as we can, we're going to have a look at this one here, because we're going to show you how you can basically change an image, get things set up and go from there. So I'm going to choose Charlotte and start designing our form. So if you have an opt-in, this is pretty handy. Because what happens is you can actually go to your settings, and I believe there is an incentive here, so you can send an incentive email, and you can actually send them to a download link. So if you have a PDF or a page that people download something from, pop that in here. You can even upload the file itself, and that way when they are signed up, they get access to that download, and you don't have to worry about anything complicated. They can sign up, receive their free download, and go from there. So otherwise, just simply send them to a URL. It says thank you. For now, we're going to say, download our free e-guide. And you want to be more specific with this, talk about what they're actually going to get. But for the sake of the video, we're going to continue on. We have the email address here. You can add other fields if you want to. You can also add here, if I click this little button, we get some information on the right here. We can have a custom field, or we can choose first name. So first name, and we can actually say it's required or not. I think if we're going to be personal with our emails, I like to require the first name, so I can actually start my emails with hi John, hi Jane, whatever it is their name is. And we can also change some of the colors. So if these borders are a bit too light, I can darken that border up a little bit so we get borders that actually stand out. And you can customize the general information about the form, or even darken the text up a little bit so it stands out a bit more. And you got your normal formatting options. You can make the text bold if you want to, that sort of thing there. So that's how you add some fields. We've edited our title, and we want to edit our image. So we're going to go back to settings, general. Sorry, I've gone a bit the wrong way there. So general styles, we come back, and we've got a background image here. We can go here to edit, and we can actually edit the image if we want to, rotate it, flip it. We can run some filters, things like that, colors. We can even draw on it, markup, so we can draw on the image if we want to. So you can work with that and hit done. Or you can just replace the image altogether. So we hit replace over here, choose a file to upload, and go from there. You can also go to Unsplash and find an image there. So maybe we find an image of a book. We can pop that one in here instead. And these are royalty-free images from Unsplash, so we can do that. So it's easy enough to replace the images on the left here. It's pretty straightforward. So the form background, we can also change that. We can make that black if we really want to stand out. And you'll notice here that the text is a bit hard to read. We'll sort of get to that. If you know any CSS, you can customize that. Another thing you can do while you're on the screen here is you've got a border radius, which is the curve of the border. I can make that say 30 and have a really round corner. I can keep cranking that up, or I can put it on 0 if I want it to be 100% a square. So moving on from there, we've got our general styles here. I'm just going to save this, and we can continue to click around. We can click on our title here, change the font color to white so it stands out, and that's pretty much the basic settings. Now once again, we go up here to form settings, and we can change what happens when someone actually signs up. So success, check your email to confirm your subscription and gain access to your download or something like that. Or you can click this button and pop an external page in there. The domain name, we want to choose, whatever domain name you want to pop in there, or a page URL. Now this is you want to set up your domain in your settings, so you can go into account settings, but just go through your settings and you'll find that in there. The incentive we covered before, we can auto confirm subscribers, but generally you want them to actually confirm their email so you're not getting a bunch of junk signups. Advanced. Now when someone's already signed up, you can continue to show the form, or you can hide the form, or you can show some custom content. So you do have some ideas there, and you can also add a captcha to make sure you're not getting any bots signing up to your form as well. So we're going to save that. So we've got our form here, and we're going to save this. And we'll get to the settings in a minute for the domain, but when I'm ready to go, I can actually, for one, I can duplicate this and make more, but I do want to actually implement this onto my site. So I'm going to have to get some code, which means I go to, first I'm going to go to preview, make sure I'm happy with it. I'm now going to publish the form, and I get this script here. So all I need to do is simply copy this bit of text here, and I head back to my website and paste it in place. So I've got a little test WordPress website here, and what I want to do is I want to add in a code section. So depends on what kind of website software you use. Ideally, we want to add in some HTML code. In WordPress, where you add a block, hit plus, and you can do this in your sidebar as well, but we're going to go and type in HTML, custom HTML, and then we're going to right click and paste that code in place. I'm going to save a draft and then preview this page in a new tab. And now our page is loaded and our form is there on the page. So that's pretty simple. That's how you can create a form on your website and start collecting those emails. And you can go through, like I said, if we go back to the form builder and I close this down, we can come in and update this at any time. So maybe I click this button and change that to a different color to match my website. And I can make the font black. You can go back and change this at any time. If I publish this again, I'm going to simply hit X. I'm going to save it. And if I tab back to my page and I hit refresh, for some reason it hasn't updated. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to ConvertKit. I'm going to hit publish again, and I'm just going to copy this again here, tab back to the website editor. I'm just going to replace this script, publish it, or I should have previewed it, but it doesn't really matter. It's just a test site. And I'm going to view this post, and now our button is green. So when you do make updates, you may need to actually replace that code. Wasn't aware of that when I made this, but you get the idea. So now we have a sign up form on our page. We can put that in our home page. We can put that in the sidebar using the block editor of the sidebar if you're using WordPress. But that is essentially how we can get those sign up forms onto our website. So once we're done here, I'm just going to X this here. I'm going to hit this arrow to go back out. And at any point, we have our Charlotte form here. It can be renamed if you really want to. Just go into the settings again. If I go in there again, click this little pencil. We can call it first form or something like that. Enter. Just going to close this down, hit save. Now when I go back to my forms page, I can see that I've had one visitor, which is who we had before. And there's actually a little bit of information about how many subscribers I've gained. So you can go through and see how that form is performing when you're ready to go. Now, if you are using WordPress, there's also a plugin which makes this whole process pretty simple as well. So I'm going to touch on that in another video, which I'll leave a link to in the description below. So now remember to go in and here to your settings, just make sure you check all this stuff out. You can add a profile picture if you want to and add some security to your account. We've already gone through the email settings here. Domains. We can add a ConvertKit domain if we want to. So this is used to host public posts. So we can add a custom domain or a verified sending domain, which I've done in the past. Ultimately, I tend to just leave this the way it is. It tends to work out okay. And then just go through and check these settings and make sure you're happy with them. But you should be pretty much right to go as it is. So first thing I'm going to do now is, now that we've got that set up, I'm going to go to send. Although what we're actually going to do before I do that is sign up to our form using an email. Now I'm just going to sign up with one of my personal emails to test this out. I'll confirm, and then we'll just quickly cut back to the ConvertKit page and send an email so you can see how to send emails from your account. Okay, so now we've set up ConvertKit. And we have our first subscriber, which is me, and we can actually go into our grow and subscribers section. You can see I've got one sign up for today, and if I scroll down, I have been confirmed, so we're ready to start sending emails. So I'm going to go up the top here to send, and then to broadcasts. And this is how you would send an email to your subscribers. And of course, you can watch this video if you want to, but we're just going to get straight into it by hitting new broadcast. And you've got a few options here as to what you can do, but we're going to focus right now. I'm just going to send a simple message to just say, maybe we'll just say today, this month's news or something like that. The topic isn't too important. The main thing is that we're just sort of going through this email situation. So we're going to start adding content. So I'll click add, and I can add an image or a file. I can add buttons and start to really personalize this. So maybe I'll add an image in here. Once again, I'll go to Unsplash and choose an image if I want to, and pop that in there. So I can actually start to get visual with this if I want to. I can edit the image and make the width less. I can go through and explore all the various options. A button, so I can say read more, or add a URL in here. So maybe I want to send people to Google or to my website. And I can actually tag people who click on this specific button. So I can, add a tag in there if I have a tag or something like that, which is something for another video. But we've got the background color. I can choose to make that red. I can make it full, large corners. I can make the size bigger. Full width, auto width. Margin adds space around the button, that kind of thing. And I can just type in here, read more. And it's kind of like a block editor in the sense that you go in, you add blocks, dividers, timers, galleries, videos, have a play with that, and it's pretty handy. But I'm going to just delete this button altogether, and we're just going to type a basic message. And then one of the things I like about ConvertKit is the fact that it starts off with a pretty basic layout, and most people, I think, respond to what appear to be personal emails. So I'm going to type in here, I'm going to put personalization in here, and I'm going to go personalized greeting. Now this means if we signed up and it says hello, it then puts the first name in there, and if there's no name, it'll say there. So if someone has signed up and not given me their first name, say hello there, or you can say hello and then their first name if they've supplied a first name. You can even change this, say hi, type up a quick email to send out. Okay, so we've got a pretty ordinary email typed up, some tips, that sort of thing. Obviously your email is going to want to be a bit longer, a bit more informative, but you sort of get the idea. We type up an email here. There's a lot more to this editor, which I'll get into in another video. We'll explore all these blocks another time. But for the sake of getting started, you type up your email. It's pretty easy to explore, but we're ready to go. We click continue. You can see a little preview of our email here. It's coming from this email address, and of course there's also, I can have it match all or any of the conditions. So we have all subscribers. We can add in filters, such as if they're subscribed to if they're in a certain segment, or we can target cold subscribers if you want to clean up your list. And we can also target by country or distance from a city or postcode if they've subscribed at a certain date. You've got all these options to have conditions, so you don't have to email everyone in your list. And of course, you can choose to send now, or if you hit the pencil, you can actually set up a time and schedule that email to go at a certain time, or you can post to your public feed. So you might want to set that up if you want to check that out. Or you can have some advanced options like set up some preview text or an internal note for you to use when you're going through your broadcasts and seeing how it's working. So we've got this set up, and we're going to hit continue. Are you ready to send this to your subscribers? I'm sending from this address, yes, to my one subscriber. You can see the letter here, and I'm going to click send broadcast. And that's how we send an email out to our subscribers. That's pretty much it. So that's the basics on how to get started, how to get your free account set up, start catching subscribers on your website, start getting some people to subscribe through your website, and how to send out an email. Now, if you want to get more in depth, one of the things you might want to check out also is the visual automations, which are very powerful. These are not a part of the free account, but you can look into them if you decide that's something you want to look at down the track if you want to go for a pro account. Very powerful. I use them for my business, but we're going to explore a lot more of ConvertKit in the playlist. I'm going to pop it up on the screen right now. Also, I'm going to pop a link to that playlist in the description below. So these are the basics to get started, but we can go more in depth if you want to explore those videos. So check those out. Otherwise, thanks for watching the video. If you like it, please give it a like. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, and I can either answer it, maybe even create another video to pop on that playlist. So yeah, feel free to ask any questions, give the video a like if you like it, and subscribe if you want more. Otherwise, have a great day, and I hope to speak to you again soon.